Man, what is up? We are back in black in the building. Shout out to everybody at the Court Plantation. David, James Youngblood, Shawnee, Erica, Florida, Philly in the building. Tasha, you already know what it is. You know what it ain't, man. What's going on? Your boy Warren G, the place B been clown and sucker free since 2003. Ain't no finesse me. Shout out to my homegirl Nuke. I've been speaking Nuke. Shout out to the homegirl, Sister Cobweb. That's my homegirl Roxanne, a.k.a. Sister Cobweb. She does dreads too out here, so if y'all need your dreads done, you know, fuck with her. Just had a little conversation with them today about something else, but man, we got a great topic, man. I'm gonna fit it all in about 15 minutes, man. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. They don't care about us. We have to understand that. Not everybody else. We do. We're gonna have a great conversation, and we're gonna dive into Jordan Neely, who's on that train, and we're gonna see if we can get some clarity and bounce some ideas off of each other. Let's get it. Yeah, man. That shit is crazy, man. I've been watching this story too. Y'all notice sometimes I don't like to come out with the stories right away because I've been watching it for a while just to see how long it was gonna take for them to kind of investigate the shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I've just kind of been, trying to see what's going on. Our brother, because I want to see. I'm surprised this isn't on CNN, but he's a nigga, so that's why I don't care here. Let's see. Okay, we're going to see what Eric Adams, the mayor, says about this, because I'm going to try to play some video footage. And let's see what he says about this situation. Thank you for joining. Hold on, let's see. Let me see if I can get it to play. Okay, here we go.
My fellow New Yorkers, this has been a week of strong emotions in our city. One of our own is dead. A black man, black like me. A man named Jordan, the name I gave my son. A New Yorker who struggled with tragedy, trauma, and mental illness. A man whose last words were a cry for help. A man named Jordan Neely.
See, that's the problem. You read. Just speak from the heart, brother, and sit the fuck down.
Jordan's death has devastated his family and shocked.
We already know that. What are you going to do about it, though?
His fellow New Yorkers. Today, I'm here to talk about Jordan's life before he got on that train. The circumstances surrounding his death are still being investigated. And while we have no control over that process.
Let me tell y'all something. David, James Youngblood, we got to have a live about this. When it's black folk, it's always what's out of our control. But when it's the dominant society, they're already digging a grave for you. They're digging two plots, a grave for you, and they're building a cell for you under the ground simultaneously as soon as they know who the fuck you are. But when it comes to black folk, we don't got no control. Doesn't that sound like that Barack Obama, a.k.a. Barry Soetoro bullshit?
One thing we can control is how our city responds to this tragedy. One thing we can say for sure, Jordan Neely did not deserve to die. And all of us must work together to do more for our brothers and sisters struggling with serious mental illness. I want to state up front that there were many people who tried to help Jordan get the support he needed. But the tragic reality of severe mental illness is that some who suffer from it are at times unaware of their own need.
I got to say it again. All y'all who listening, what did I say a year and a half, 2 years ago, 3 years ago about this mental health bullshit? I told y'all. Motherfuckers, hey, man, mental health, man. Go see a therapist. Mental health. They don't give a flying fuck about no mental health. Nigga, he's dead. This kid, he's only 30 years old. This young man was having a mental illness episode, and he got choked out for like 15 minutes. And you talking about, oh, we tried to give him the help that he needed. Well, not really. Stop, man. That's why I told y'all, don't look, when white folks in the dominant society, the other racial groups start pushing mental health and pushing, like these electric cars. You see how they pushing electric cars all of a sudden? Just because they pushing it don't mean it's good for you. And the reason why I say that is because they've been talking this mental health shit. I got love for the Breakfast Club, but I cringe when they're like, man, you got to get to mental health. Look, man, that is not shit. That's some shit that you don't need to be playing with. That's not something you should be advocating for unless you have a trained therapist, a professional psychiatrist or psychologist on hand to speak to those points. We shouldn't just be like, man, you got to get therapy, man, and, you know, your mental health, man, and all this other stuff, man, because it's people. Look, I've worked in that industry. That shit is real, and that's not no shit to be played with, especially black folk, and we need to stop going with the narrative that the dominant society gives us. Now, oh, it's mental health, so start speaking about that. And see, you speaking about that shit, and look, what have they done? Because you can claim mental health all you fucking want. That don't mean they ain't gonna fucking kill your ass. Or you're not gonna be put in harm's way or in danger. See, a part of the mental healing is what I would say that black folk need to do is we need to start studying and reading, man. And we need to start being about who we are. And we need to stop being in competition with each other, man, because now we got Eric Adams up here with his non-reading ass reading the goddamn teleprompter about this kid's life and politicizing the moment because you ain't got no choice because, you know, it's a lot of pissed off people in New York about that shit.
For care. And all too often, they're caught up in this cycle of violence, sometimes as perpetrators or far more often as victims. In many cases, and through no fault of their own, they resist treatment, walk away from a chance for recovery.
And see, now he's blaming this. See, you gotta look at this shit. That's why black folks just don't even be in power. Just stop trying to be in this fictitious hierarchy of needs shit. Because you're low-key blaming him for his own death. Oh, well, he could have sought treatment. Man, we don't need that shit. You're throwing gasoline on a fucking fire that's already burning. This is what I mean about all he black, man. Them motherfuckers, look, this is what they told him. Look, you get up there and you say this shit, and we gonna have a teleprompter, and you just read that shit, you shut the fuck up, or your ass ain't gonna be in the office. Because it's all about an individuality first, and then it's the group second. How many times have you worked at the corporate plantation, and a motherfucker has been like, they for themselves, so they distance themselves from all the black people, and then when they don't get shit, then they like, oh man, fuck these white motherfuckers and fuck that. White people do the same shit. White people be your friend, and then when they feel like they about to get paid, they get the fuck away from you. And then when they don't get what the fuck they want, then it's fuck this establishment and fuck them and fuck that. Man, look. Black folk, foundational black Americans, native blacks, as Dr. Clyde Anderson calls it, we need to learn what the code is. Go read Neely Fuller Jr.'s book, The Compensatory Counter Racist Code. Read that book. From start to goddamn finish, man. These people are on code, and black folk get in these fictitious positions of power, and then they jump on code with them. God damn, that's why I can't stand. I just be looking at niggas like, man, here we go. You up here, you can't start. I'm going to start off by talking about his life. So you're going to trash the nigga in a nice way.
And disappear into the shadows. It is the nature of this cruel disease and it breaks our hearts every time. We cannot and will not accept this state of affairs. We will not walk by those in need, step over those who are suffering, or ignore those calls for help. We will respond with care.
Stop. You ain't gonna respond with care, and you don't give a fuck.
It wasn't always successful. Over the last several years, Jordan interacted with many city agencies and community-based organizations and providers. He had various encounters with the criminal justice system.
Okay, I can't listen to no more because he's disparaging his brother. David, please leave a comment. James Youngblood, please leave a comment. If I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong. I can't even listen to that, man, because I get so sick of motherfuckers doing that shit to us, man. That shit is lame. So y'all mean to tell me, Warren, if I have a mental health episode and motherfuckers kill me, y'all better not let these niggas be like, oh, well, Warren, man, he has so many opportunities to get help. Motherfuckers better come out and be like, man, shut the fuck up with that hoe ass shit. That's a cop-out. You don't even know this kid. You don't know what he was going through. You just got his file. And that family should be like, man, we don't agree with none of that shit. What the fuck is that shit all about? Man, let me read this article. The White House is calling for a thorough investigation into the May 1st death of black man who died after a New York City subway rider put him in a chokehold. The call came more than a week after Jordan Neely, 30, died following an altercation on an F train. A 24-year-old man held Neely, a homeless busker who appeared to be in a mental distress, in a chokehold for about 15 minutes, and nobody stopped him. Neely was later pronounced dead at a hospital. Jordan Neely's killing was tragic and deeply disturbing. Our hearts go out to his family and loved ones, a White House spokesperson said Tuesday in a statement. We firmly believe that the events surrounding his death demand a thorough investigation. The comments came a day before President Joe Biden was scheduled to head to New York City for a pair of campaign fundraisers. Neely's death sparked protests and national conversation about the violence and inhumane treatment that unhoused people, the homeless, especially with those with mental illnesses, often endure. Advocates and Neely's supporters expressed anger that Daniel Penny, the man who put Neely in the chokehold, was only briefly held by police and has not been charged. I hope y'all heard what I said. Has not been charged. Let's see what else they talking about.
I want to warn you, this video is disturbing.
Watch the video.
The 24-year-old rider allegedly holding Jordan Neely in a chokehold has now been identified as Daniel J. Penny. In a statement given to NBC News tonight, Penny's attorneys say he is a college student and a Marine veteran. His lawyers also say, quote, Daniel never intended to harm Mr. Neely.
That's a
could not have
motherfucking
foreseen
lie.
his untimely death. Penny is yet to be charged with any crimes. Of course, we will continue to monitor this story for more development.
I'm going to ask you, David, please, James Youngblood, if you watch this, please leave a comment, bro. I'm dying to hear, because I've been watching this for a while. I just want to see how long it was going to take before the White House got involved. Since Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. See, there's these stories that I see, but I won't talk about it right away because I want to see how it unfolds. Now that it's unfold, let me address our foundational black Americans that are in the matrix. Where's your boy Joe Biden at? You voted for him. He told us if we don't vote for him, we ain't black. Well, a black man that had a mental illness got choked out on a train. You're supposed to subdue him, not kill him. And if you are not a trained professional in psychiatric treatment, mental health illness, you don't need to be stepping in there and doing that. So guess what? If I was the family, I'm suing you for a wrongful death. That's why you cannot do the Heimlich maneuver anymore. Because people were getting sued. Go look it up. That's why if you do CPR on somebody and you kill somebody, the family is liable to sue you. They could just sue you. That's why I'm like, why the fuck aren't they going after this motherfucker the whole fucking time? I'm like, why they ain't saying nothing about the motherfucker who choked him? Where's the White House at? Boom, they just come out. And then this motherfucker Eric Adams up here with his motherfucking Herschel Walker non-reading having ass. It's like, God damn, I'm not the best reader, but damn, you should have practiced that a couple of times before you went on TV, nigga.
Elements.
And a college town in California might...
Man, I said, man, this is crazy. Let me cut the music back on, man. God damn, piss me off. See, this is what I've been telling y'all for days and days and days and days and years since I've been doing this podcast. Y'all niggas better stop that mental health shit. David, no. I've been saying, I used to say it when me and David used to do the Twitter spaces. I used to be like, niggas better stop playing with that mental health shit. They better stop playing with that because they don't give a fuck about that. That white man killed him. Oh, he's a Marine. Oh, well, he's a trained killer. That's what a Marine is, ladies and gentlemen. Marines are trained killers issued and controlled by the United States of American government, incorporated. He's property of the government. He's a trained killer. So why would we think that a trained killer is going to subdue him and get him to safety? No, he's going to kill him. Now you talking about, I didn't mean to kill him. You know what you meant to do. If this man is having a mental health issue, that's not your job. Subdue him. You don't just choke on him until he's dead. Now his family got to be looking at you. And of course, they ain't going to press charges because he's got the complexion for the protection. And they're going to give him all the affection. Y'all better wake the fuck up and stop going with these narratives that the dominant society give you. Just because you see 1,000 electric cars on the street don't mean you're like, well, shit, they got electric cars, so let me go get one. And then when they start setting them motherfuckers on fire with you in it, or setting them on fire when it's plugged up in your house, then you're going to be like, damn, this motherfucker just burned my shit down. You don't know what the fuck these people are capable of doing. This is the United States of America's... Do y'all know what they have done in the last 500 years? Why would y'all put anything past these people? That's why it be killing me about people. Oh, man, such and such. Hey, man, if everybody just go get the jab, man. Okay, yeah, go ahead. You go ahead and do that, my nigga. Go ahead and do what you want to do. You have free will to do what you want. I heard somebody say, man, everybody's got free will. Hey, man, there's a difference between freedom and liberty. Liberty is freedom with constraints. Freedom means free, motherfucker. Go get you a Black's Law dictionary. Freedom means free. You can go and do whatever the fuck you want with no constraints. You don't have freedom. You have liberty. God damn, man. Motherfuckers better start paying attention, man. That shit pisses me off, man, because I've worked jobs like that where you're dealing with mental health people, man. And it's a very, very sensitive topic, and it's a very, very in-depth subject that don't nobody want to talk about. And if he was homeless, that makes it even worse, because in Las Vegas, Nevada, that's okay, because I'm going to go right over there in the homeless area again. Now, I'm going to fucking walk up and down the streets and get these people on camera and really show y'all how to fucking look in Vegas. While they up here building stadiums and shit for the dominant society, and these dumbass niggas out here cheering on these stadiums, I want y'all to see how the fuck they really care about the homeless out here. And the majority of them are veterans. And I rest my fucking case, because now I'm getting pissed off because this shit is bullshit. I've been watching this for like 2 weeks. I have not said anything. It come across my news feed, I read it, I'm like, where the fuck is Joe Biden at? You went on the Breakfast Club and said if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. That's why they're trying to politically destroy Donald Trump, because they know Donald Trump is the only motherfucker that's gonna beat that motherfucker. This is all ties in, like the gun control shit. I ain't never seen so many people talk about guns in my fucking life. And every time you look up, somebody done did a massacre and shot up a motherfucker. And the motherfucker want to talk about black people being violent. Man, black people, the last time I checked, it ain't been nothing but the dominant society going in malls and shooting up motherfuckers. It's like, god damn. And then all you hear is these politicians politicizing the goddamn moment. That's why I hate politicians. They lie, they fake, they phony. And I'm over that shit. We need to take this shit back and be like, nah, man, we'll vote for you when you give us tangibles. What do you plan on doing for the black agenda? Because what I see is niggas still getting assassinated in the United States of America Incorporated. You already know who I am. I'm Roy Warren G, the place to be. Clown and sucker free since 2003. Y'all know my saying. Guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.